Hello and welcome to Lukman IAS. Budget 25-26 was announced, and with this, there were many schemes that were announced or would be implemented in the upcoming financial year. So in this particular video, we'll see some of those schemes which have been announced in this particular budget. So the first scheme जो अनाउंस किया गया है वो है प्राइम मिनिस्टर धन धान्य कृषि योजना. So the aim of this particular mission is, or the scheme is, to improve the agricultural yield and productivity. अब वो कहाँ करना है? In those 100 districts which are lagging in terms of the crop yields. The aim is to ensure food security. हमें पता है कि फ्यूचर में इंडिया का पॉपुलेशन would be hitting round about 165 crores by 2060 और इसलिए हमें फ्यूचर रेडी रहना पड़ेगा और जो भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में कम प्रोडक्टिविटी है अब उसको इंप्रूव करने के लिए द गवर्नमेंट ट्राइज टू मेक श्योर कि क्रॉपिंग इंटेंसिटी बढ़े. क्रॉपिंग इंटेंसिटी मींस ग्रॉस क्रॉप्ड एरिया शुड बी मोर देन द टोटल एरेबल लैंड. एक ही क्रॉप में मल्टीपल, एक ही एरिया में मल्टीपल क्रॉपिंग हो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट फिनेंशियल असिस्टेंस मिलेगा. टेक्निकल असिस्टेंस as well as agricultural equipments and implements. और इस फोकस से 1.7 करोड़ फार्मर्स वुड बी टारगेटेड. दे विल बी रीच आउट टू मेक श्योर कि हमारा एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्शन इंप्रूव करे. सो दिस इज द एम ऑफ पीएम कृषि धन धान्य कृषि योजना. Coming to the second scheme which was announced, so there were many schemes related to agriculture. Since agriculture was one of the focus areas, there were 4 focus areas. Those were agriculture, MSMEs, investments and exports. So related to that there were many schemes. So related to agriculture, the next scheme which was announced is National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. In the last budget, in the budget 24-25, 100 HYV seeds of different crops, the food crops, cereals as well as horticultural crops that were released. And on back of it, it has been converted into a mission to target and develop, propagate seeds to ensure pest resistance, high yield and climate resilience. हमारा aim है कि future में we need to mitigate climate also, pest resistance also to improve the yield, so that we need to work more on the genetic resources related to seeds, and high yield variety seeds should be released in the agricultural field. Then the next mission is Mission for Cotton Productivity. India is one of the largest producers of cotton in the world. However, the yields are less than 50% of global average. It is less than 50% of global average, and that is why cotton production फिर remunerative रह नहीं जाता है. And to make sure कि cotton farmers stick to cotton production, this scheme has been announced. Coming to the next crop, that is pulses. We know that there is a national mission on oilseeds and pulses. On top of it, there is Atmanirbharta, a 6-year mission plan so as to ensure increased production of pulses, starting with 3 important varieties, that is Tur, Urad as well as Masoor. We have seen that in the last 2 years, the pulses imports, the values of imports have reached more than 3 billion USD. And that is huge. अब हमारा इंपोर्ट डिपेंडेंस एक इंपॉर्टेंट क्रॉप पे बढ़ते जा रहा है, एंड टू एंश्योर फूड सिक्योरिटी, स्पेसिफिकली न्यूट्रिशनल सिक्योरिटी. पल्सेस में प्रोटीन होता है एंड दैट इज चीप सोर्सेज ऑफ प्रोटीन. सो दैट इज व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट हैज अनाउंस्ड आत्मनिर्भरता इन पल्सेस टू एंश्योर इंक्रीज्ड प्रोडक्शन ऑफ पल्सेस ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ 6 years. Then coming to the National Gene Bank. So the government, although a national gene bank was started or institutionalized in 1996 so as to store genetic resources for related to seeds for future generation. अगर फ्यूचर में कोई क्लाइमेट कुछ इश्यूज आते हैं तो हमारे पास ऐसे जेनेटिक रिसोर्स होना चाहिए सीड से रिलेटेड, ताकि फ्यूचर प्रोडक्शन को हैम्पर ना हो. बेस्ड ऑन दैट the next generation national gene bank for those seeds have also been announced in this year's budget. So these were the important schemes which were related to agriculture. Coming to the next important thing, that is national manufacturing mission. It is just a mission to revitalize the Make in India. And for the first time, it takes manufacturing from holistic perspective. It does not differentiate MSME and large industries. Rather, it incorporates all those industries, small, medium, as well as large industries, for a particular mission so as to improve India's manufacturing landscape. There are 5 focus areas. Those 5 focus areas are ease and cost of doing business. Basically, the cost of doing business should be reduced, the bureaucratic red tapeism should be reduced, the compliances cost should be reduced so that manufacturing can be blossomed and can be boosted from India. Second is future ready workforce for in-demand jobs. Basically, tech upgradation, skill upgradation, reskilling should be done so as to make sure that the industry 4.0 में जो भी demand है उस तरह से हमारे workforce का skilling updated रहे. Apart from that, the focus has also been put on MSME to improve the quality of MSME. If we can recollect the role of MSME as far as manufacturing is concerned, it is roughly 50%. So out of all the manufacturing volumes which are produced in India, 50% comes from MSME. So that is very important from the perspective of ensuring the quality which are being produced from MSME. That is why the quality products as well as technological availability is ensured under this national manufacturing mission. And the products which have been targeted are PV modules, solar photovoltaic modules, batteries, electrolyzers, wind turbines, and electrical transmission equipments. Apart from that, government would ensure the manufacturing should pick up in all those emerging areas also. So that is the idea behind the national manufacturing mission. Then comes the nuclear energy. In the last year's budget, Bharat small modular reactor was announced, and it was announced that private participation would also be encouraged. To make sure this participation is encouraged, in this year's budget, it has been announced that there would be amendment to Atomic Energy Act as well as Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act so as to incorporate the role of private sector also, and to push the development of small modular reactors, specifically the Bharat small reactors, which is slated to be landscaped on the, you can say, in India from 2030 onwards. Coming to the other focus area, the knowledge economy. As we have seen, the investment part talks about people, innovation, and economy. So in line with this, first scheme that has been announced is Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak scheme. Basically, it aims to digitize most of those textbooks which are being read in the school levels as well as higher educational institutions like colleges, so as to make sure that the readily availability of digital form of those books are made sure. Then comes Gyan Bharatam mission. अब इस मिशन का जो एम है बस कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट नहीं है, although it says surveying, documentation and conservation of manuscript heritage, our ancient texts. अगर हमने कभी देखा होगा, एक मूवी आई थी, अगर हम बात करें इंटरस्टेलर में एक बहुत अच्छा सा सीन दिखाता है जिसमें दिखाता है इंडियन ड्रोन जा रहा है और वो ड्रोन का कोडिंग मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली संस्कृत में किया गया है एंड इट इज वेल रिसर्च थिंग कि संस्कृत इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट लॉजिकल लैंग्वेजेस। अब अगर हम अपने एंशिएंट मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स को अगर हम इस तरह से प्रिजर्व करते हैं, देन हम अपने लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल जो चैट जीपीटी को जैसे हम प्री ट्रेन करते हैं, अगर हम उस तरह का कुछ मॉडल क्रिएट करना है उससे पहले हम अपना रिपोजिटरी क्रिएट करेंगे। द आइडिया इज वी नीड टू कंजर्व एंड क्रिएट अ रिपोजिटरी ऑफ आवर एंशिएंट नॉलेज। सो दैट इज ऑल अबाउट नॉलेज प्रिजर्वेशन एंड क्रिएटिंग नॉलेज इकोनॉमी थ्रू ज्ञान भारतम मिशन। Then comes National Geospatial Mission. The idea is to create geospatial data and a repository so as to create modern land records and enhanced urban planning. Haphazard जो urban planning होता है, कोई भी मैपिंग सिटी प्लानिंग होता है, उससे बेटर होगा कि अगर geospatial डेटा हो, पीपल का मूवमेंट कहाँ पर है और रोड किधर से निकलना है, उस डेटा को हम अच्छे तरीके से अगर मैप करते हैं, then the planning or urbanization would be more planned. So that is the aim behind this particular mission. Coming to the exports part. So under the exports part, first scheme that is announced is export promotion mission. अब export promotion mission का जो purpose है, the idea is to ensure exports credit. अब export credit में क्या होता है कि जो भी exporters इंडिया से किसी बाहर के बायर्स को एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं, द मनी डज नॉट कम इंस्टेंटली, रादर द मनी इज पेड आफ्टर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। एक क्रेडिट साइकिल होता है। इन द मीन टाइम जो एक्सपोर्ट कुछ गारंटी कॉर्पोरेशंस होते हैं या प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस होते हैं, उनको वो लोन दे दिया जाता है ताकि उनका वर्किंग कैपिटल इंश्योर किया जाए। एंड दैट इज व्हाई एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट इज वन ऑफ द फोकस एरिया ऑफ दिस ईयर्स बजट। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, एमएसएमई को नॉन मार्केट जो रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होते हैं, नॉन टैरिफ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होते हैं मार्केट एक्सेस करने के लिए फॉरेन मार्केट में, उसमें पुश किया जाएगा ताकि उनकी ब्रांडिंग, सर्टिफिकेशन, प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी वो इंश्योर हो और उनका मार्केट वाइडर हो और प्रोडक्ट एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी बेटर हो सके। देन अ डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर टू सीमलेसली इंटीग्रेट इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट पैरामीटर्स विद द ग्लोबल वैल्यू चेन्स थ्रू भारत नेट ट्रेड नेट। तो उस भारत ट्रेड नेट का जो पर्पस है, एक सीमलेस इंटीग्रेशन हो, जितने भी डिलेज होते हैं, चाहे वो कंप्लायंसेस में हो, चाहे वो एक्सपोर्ट कॉस्ट्स जो होते हैं, जितने भी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, दैट वुड बी रिड्यूस्ड सो दैट रियल टाइम मूवमेंट, सीमलेस मूवमेंट हो सके एंड डेटा वुड फ्लो सीमलेसली। सो दैट इज द आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस पर्टिकुलर डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री। इसको क्रिएट किया जाएगा। देन इफ वी टॉक अबाउट These are the schemes, although there are many other schemes जो ओरिजिनल पुराने schemes थे उसमें भी एक नया वर्जन आया गया है, स्वामी फंड और अर्बन चैलेंज फंड। तो there are plethora of things which have been announced. So a detailed analysis of budget would be done on 7th of February at 4:30 PM. So you can join this open session either through our official YouTube channel or can also book your slot on our offline arrangements also. So this is all about the schemes related video which was announced in this year's budget. Thank you.